and the price ain't moving. And the price ain't moving. There's the price. What have you got to do at that stage? You've got to lift into that trade. Yeah. You got to lift into that trade. Otherwise, you're going to probably miss the opportunity to deal there. You're going to miss your shot. So let's take a look at the buy trade at 76.10s. Let's go back and take a look at the buy trade at 76.10 from the beginning of that at the beginning of that 2 o'clock swing. So what was the delta doing in here? What was the delta doing? Well, you try and get a picture on it. You try and get a picture of the book. You try and get a sense of what's going on in these tradable areas, right? That's what we're trying to do as traders. We're trying to get a feeling about the levels. We know where 76.10 is. We're waiting for 76.10 to show up. So let's zoom out a little bit so that we get that better view of what's going on, right? So did we get any sense that we're starting to see stuff? Not really. The tick looks almost exactly the same as the volume delta, doesn't it? And then what happened in here? $76.10 appears. The volume delta is dropping. The price is now finding a buyer for a few minutes here now. We've got for a few minutes. It's about 1 second long here. But there is now quite clearly a buyer sitting there at 76.10s, isn't there? So you can see that the tick delta is going up. The volume delta is going down. The book is still going down, so you need to wait till that book turns. As soon as that book turns, guys, you hit 11s, you hit 12s, you hit 13s. Why? Because you go to the price. You go to the price now. The delta was down. You go to the price if you need to. If you don't go to the price, guys, you're going to miss it. And the trade was gone, wasn't it? The trade was gone. If you sat there like an absolute doof, waiting for the price to come to you, it never happened. Now, let's assume you wanted to buy this phase. Let's assume you wanted to buy this phase. Is the delta for you or against you? Well, it depends what we define by for you. Is the delta bid or offered? The delta's going up, right? So what is my strategy? Of the two strategies, what's my strategy? Let the price come to me, right? So where do I let the price come to me? Where do I let the price come to me? Wherever the buyers have their stops on that swing, right? Wherever those buyers are likely to have their stops, that's where I want to put my buy trade in. Do you agree? So this isn't the right trade here, is it? That's not the right trade. Because those buyers, that was their trade there, right? But this buyer, okay? If we see this buyer here, for example, or this buyer here, if we look at those buyers, they're now trapped at the top edge here, correct? Yes or no? This guy's not trapped. That guy made money. That guy rode the trade higher. It's these guys that are trapped here. Do you agree? So where is their stop? Well, their stop is that price there. Would you agree with that? So if you're going to buy this and you want to buy this, that's where you're going to start thinking about buying it, right? And then when those buyers come in here, their stop's going to be below 12s as well, isn't it? So if they want to take the price down below 12s, you'll go again. You'll go again at 11s, won't you? Oh yeah, you'll go again at 11s. Guess what? You bottom ticked the oil. You bottom ticked the bloody oil by selling on the angle. By letting the price come to you, you were the buyer of the bottom tick price on oil. Crazy, isn't it? It's not actually that crazy. It actually isn't. It's actually just good trading, isn't it? It's just the way you should be trading every single day. Did you want the buy trade, yes or no? Did you know 1400 hours was the time of day to get the buy trade? Did you see the opportunity to get the buy trade? And then the final question, of course, is, did you get the buy trade? Because if you answer yes, 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 and then yes, and then you answer no, there's a problem, isn't there? There is one hell of a problem. Because it raises a question, well, why not? If you knew what the trade was, if you knew where to buy it, if you knew that you were a buyer, why did you not get the trade? You can't not have the trade, Miguel. You cannot not have the trade. You've got to have the deal done. There's always a way. There's a Heisman. There's a wholesale price level. There's an order flow lane. There's a POC of a candle. There's a bar ratio to bid it into. There's always going to be a trade opportunity for you to get the deal done. So there's no excuses. End the story. Get the deal done or get out. Take a break and then come back when you decide to be a big boy and start doing some big boy stuff or big girl stuff. When you decide to step up, step in, take your chance, then you go back to your desk and get ready to trade. You don't make up some whimsy-pansy excuse saying, what the feck happened? Why am I not long for a trade that's just made 75 ticks? Because now what's going to happen is you're going to chase shit all day long now, aren't you? You're going to try and buy it. You're going to try and buy it. You'll pay over the odds. You'll get trapped. You'll lose 20 ticks. And before you know it, you're down 50 ticks on the day. Just because you missed that first entry price. You take a break. You bang your head off a wall. Do whatever you like. But then you come back with a proper mind, ready to do business and hammer it at the right price. Because if you sit at your desk and you miss this, you're going to be tempted to just press that buy button, aren't you? Because you missed it. You're going to look at it and say, oh no, it's gone again. It's gone again. I'm going to have to buy it. I'm going to have to buy it. And you end up buying up here. Guaranteed you end up buying there. 100% of the time you'll end up buying there. And the first thing that happens is you start losing money and you take a stop out and you say, damn it, I've just lost 6 or 7 ticks. And the first thing that happens is you've missed the first big trade. You've missed the first 15, 20 ticks of the trade. You buy it at a stupid price because you think you're going to miss it, all of it. And then you get trapped. And now all of a sudden you're the trap and you're losing 10 ticks on the deal instead of making 25, 30 ticks. Big turnaround in terms of your P&L. Do not be that guy, guys. Do not be that guy. Anyway, cash open in just 10 minutes. 10 minutes, guys, cash open.
US President Biden says GDP report shows US strongest economy in the world.
Here, Reeve. I thought you would have had. I thought you would have had Alfie ready for Stuart's question. Did you not have Alfie ready for Stuart's question? Got to do everything myself these days in the room.
Just to make aware.
That is how it is, Stuart. You know that. Nice work, Melvin.
It's a 5-volume delta. The S&P chart that we're looking at is a 100-volume delta. Obviously, if you had a 5-volume delta on S&P, you wouldn't actually see it. It would be just a blur going past your screens.